Knock, knock. Who is he? I don't know. He's a new recruit. I don't even know his name.
He possessed great skills.
Stick around.
Hey, what's up guys? Sam, your Contagious Collection, back with another video. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the game room. Back with another one. Very excited again for this video. And today's topic of discussion is going to be about 10, I think, yeah, it's 10 games. 10 PlayStation 2 games, must play, must have, must owns. You still know the drill. Sit back, relax, grab your favorite drink and snacks, and here we go. Hope you guys enjoy the content. First game I'm going to start off with is Wipeout Fusion for the PlayStation 2. Yes, one of my favorite consoles to collect for. It just has such a vast variety, different genres, so many amazing games to collect for, from racing games, RPGs, action adventures, you name it, arcade style games, compilation games. There's so much stuff. Wipeout Fusion is actually a very sought after, I would say. A lot of people like this series of racing games. Me personally, I do myself. There's so many different games on so many different platforms. And it's a great fast-paced action style futuristic arcade game. And I'm going to try to go as fast as possible because I don't want to make this video too long. So yeah, Wipeout Fusion, highly recommend this one. If you guys are into racing games, really good game. I had real fun with that. Next one is a first-person shooter that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. And these are the type of games that I like to showcase and show people that, you know, these games need to be more under the spotlight. Not the ones that are like, you know, that sold like millions of copies. Don't get me wrong, I like those games too. Like the AAA stuff, like the Ratchet and Clanks and things like that. But a lot of people know about that. I would still put those in videos if it's for people, let's say, that want to start collecting. I would definitely say go with the Sly Coopers and Ratchet and Clanks and stuff like that, and the Crash Bandicoots. There's a ton of games on the PS2 for that kind of stuff. But I like to talk about, again, more of the stuff that's way below the radar, that I don't feel or see that people give, that need to give more recognition to these certain titles. And the next one I'm going to be talking about, again, is a first-person shooter, and that is Secret Service. Amazing game. You play, hence the title again, as a character that is in the Secret Service. A really fun first-person shooter. So if you guys are into that type of game, which I personally, again, love first-person shooters. And yeah, definitely pick this up. First-person goodness, first-person shooter goodness. Anyway, next game I'm going to go into are going to be action platformers. I have spoke about these before in the past in my videos, but it's just something about them that I love a lot. And next game is going to be Dr. Muto, where you play this crazy mad scientist that is all over the place. I think it's kind of like the end of the world or something like that, and he's trying to save areas, and it's so cool where you play with this remote control, and you can actually mutate and change into different type of animals, so you can progress into certain areas that you can't in your human form. And it's such a fun game, especially the first world. I had such a good time playing this, such a blast. I absolutely love this game, Dr. Muto, a must-have again. Next one, again, it's something that I don't hear at all people talk about whatsoever. I don't hear about this game at all. It is a Natsume title, Natsume, however you pronounce it. Rough Trigger, the Vanacore Conspiracy. Again, if you see the gameplay footage of this or play this, I played a little bit of it myself. I haven't gotten too deep into it yet. But as much as I have played it, it's such a phenomenal game. A lot of people will probably get the first, you know, the first glimpse or the first idea would be like, oh, this is kind of like a ripoff of Ratchet and Clank and Jack and stuff like that. But it's its own game. Phenomenal game, really fun. If you want something different to play, like besides Ratchet and Clank or Jack or Sly or anything like that, or any of the other action platformer games, highly recommend this one. Rough Trigger. And I like the title too, rough, like rough, you know. And the character is actually a dog. So, super cool game. the story and everything at all is really good too. So next games I'm going to be talking about are actually compilation games, and these are must-haves, like arcade games that didn't get like physical ports or physical forms or anything like that. So if you want to play these, definitely pick them up. Certain games like Iron Commando or like An Arm and a Leg, which is crazy on the prices. Even the I was thinking about getting actually the PS1 Japanese version, and it's pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm not the one to talk about prices, and I don't like talking about prices on games, but it is an expensive game as far as like trying to acquire it. But these are the best ways to go, and Capcom Classics Collection, man. Part 1 and Part 2. There are also remixed and the reloaded ones, which I also have in my PSP collection. I believe they're pretty much the same games, but it's on the PSP. So if you like to, you're more into the handheld vibe or into the handheld thing, definitely pick those up. It's pretty much the same stuff. There might be different games that's not on these, but then again, give you guys an idea of the games that there are on these compilations, which is phenomenal, really great. Street Fighter 2, Ghosts and Goblins, Legendary Wings, Bionic Commando, Forgotten Worlds, Ghouls and Ghosts, Section Z, 1942. There's Mercs on here, Commando, X's, if I think that's how you pronounce it. Gunsmoke, one of my favorites. I love Gunsmoke. Sun, that's a really cool arcade style game. Final Fight plus 8 more games. And on Part 2, there's actually, let's see, we got, I think Part 2 is a lot better because the quality of the games are a lot better. But don't get me wrong, these are great too, but I just like Part 2 a lot more. And there's 1941, Avengers, Black Tiger, that's a really good one. I love that game. Block, Captain Commando, really good beat 'em up. Echo Fighters, Knights of the Round, I believe that's a beat 'em up as well. The King of Dragons, another beat 'em up, I think. Last Duel, Mega Twins, Magic Sword, Quiz and Dragon, Sidearms, The Speed Rumbler, Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Strider, Three Wonders. I love the Three Wonders games because there's an actual action platformer and a shooter game, and I think there's like a story in between. So after you play the platformer game, it continues into the shmup portion, and it's a fantastic game, amazing games. I love it, and I like the art style on those games, the Three Wonder games. The way it's polished, and it's amazing. I really love those games a lot. Tiger Road, that's another great one, and Varth. So there's 20 games on this and a bunch on here. Highly recommend those as well. Really good stuff. Next game, a lot of people compare this to Zelda, and I can see why that is. Clover Studio, Capcom, this is an absolute masterpiece. I absolutely love this game, and that is Okami. So if you guys don't have this, you're into action-adventure games again, hack and slash, you play as a dog, or I think it's a wolf, or something like that as far as the character goes. And you go around, but there's areas where you have to like use a paintbrush to be able to like, go on and move on to and continue on into the game. Such an absolute amazing game. I love it. I know I keep repeating these same words for it, but no other way to describe them. But Okami, another must-have for sure. Now, if you're into RPGs, I have spoke about a lot of other RPGs. Me personally, I'm more into ARPGs. I love the real-time battle, and I do like, what's it called? I do like turn-based as well. And here's another example for a turn-based, just a great RPG, and that is Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. I know the first Breath of Fire games, I believe, were on the Super Nintendo, the first two. So a lot of people might not even know about this. Wow, it's a new Breath of Fire game. Yeah, go ahead, pick it up. It's a really good game. The graphics are really nice. The gameplay is really fun. So if you're into turn-based stuff, turn-based RPGs, definitely pick that up. Breath of Fire, I really like the cover art on it as well. Capcom goodness. And if you guys follow my channel, if you guys watch my videos, you know I'm a Capcom fanatic. I absolutely love Capcom, especially the old stuff. So yeah, Breath of Fire, Dragon Quarter, really fun RPG. And the next two games, I'm going to put them together. Definitely not least. I have played the first one, the second one, not too much. So I'm not going to be talking about the second one too much because I'm trying to beat the first one to fully dive into the second one. But these games, especially the first one, is probably my favorite game on the PS2. That's saying a lot. That's just my style, my preference of games. There was a point where I absolutely loved this game. I couldn't put it down, and that is Maximo Goes to Glory. And part 2 is Maximo versus Army of Zin. Absolutely amazing games. I wish they brought this series back. I don't know what Capcom is thinking. I hope they would bring it on the Switch. That would be so amazing because as far as like a new gen console goes, or I don't know if they would bring it on the Xbox One. I am thinking about getting a PS4, so hopefully that'll be the case if they brought a new game. But this is basically Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts, but an action adventure, 3D, beautiful environment, very spooky. I would recommend these even for like Halloween time too, because it just plays like that. So this is like Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts for the PlayStation. And really great games, really fun games. If you guys are into that stuff, that type of gameplay, you enjoy that, definitely pick these up. Maximo and Maximo. Well, the first one is Ghost to Glory, and then the second one is Maximo versus Army of Zin. Now, the cool thing about this is your armor, just like Ghouls and Ghosts or or like Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins. Sorry, I'm mixing that up. And you can get different armor. You could get like a sword where it like turns on fire, or like lightning, I believe, as well, kind of like thunder. It is a challenging game, but it is fun. So it's something where like you might end up dying, but you want to go back and play it again. And I absolutely love games like that. So that is that. And to go over them very quickly, a quick recap: Wipeout Fusion for the PS2. And of course, they're all for the PS2. Secret Service, Dr. Muto, Rough Trigger, The Vanacore Conspiracy. We got Capcom Classics Volume 1. And of course, Capcom Classics Collection Volume 2. Okami, Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, Maximo Ghosts to Glory, and Maximo versus Army of Zin. So that is it, guys. 10 must-have, must-play, must-owns. Even if you want to just pick them up and play them, or add them to your collection if you're a gamer or a collector. They're really great games. I absolutely, highly, highly recommend them. So that is pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care. Until next time, Sammy's outie.